I have been myself a delivery agent and an owner-operator of Excelsior Driving School, DBA, since 1997. Prior to 1997, I also did the 5-hour course as well as in-car driving. I've been associated with the Empire Safety Council since at least 10 years prior. I have a statement, somewhat lengthy, from Mr. Bonds that was faxed to me this morning. And I'd like to be able to read it. Hopefully I can get through it. If not, you can stop me and then I'll do a conclusion, but I'm hoping I can get through the whole statement.
It's running on you now. Okay.
Okay. Mr. Bonds, President of the Empire Safety Council, is calling for the immediate termination of the Point and Insurance Reduction Program, also known as IPIRP. He is also advocating criminal charges should be brought for state official misconduct for scheming to continue ineffective driving safety programs by felicitating scientific research, defrauding the public, and compromising public safety. The statement is as follows. Thank you, Chairman Young, Chairman Farrell, and members of the legislature. I am William Bonds, President of the Empire Safety Council. The Empire Safety Council, a New York-based and approved accident prevention course sponsor, is all about highway safety and improving the skills of New York drivers. This is why we are calling for the immediate termination of the Internet Point Insurance Reduction Program in this state due to the scheme backed by willfully fraudulent studies conducted by New York State Department of Motor Vehicles, DMV, officials that were the basis of recommendations to the Commissioner and to the Legislature to extend the IPIRP program beyond the previously scheduled expiration date of 2014. The effectiveness of the IPIRP program is supposed to be evaluated by means of independent statistical analysis by DMV of driver improvement. After reviewing the damning evidence contained therein, I'm sure you will agree that New York's analysis is fraudulent, its evaluation scientifically worthless, and that certain state officials should be prosecuted for fraud, misleading the legislature and the executive, and violating the public trust. DMV officials deliberately schemed to mislead the commissioner, legislature, and the public. Why would the DMV officials do this? The answer can be found in language of the DMV ITSMR contract, which is the Institute for Traffic Safety Management and Research contract itself. Quote, without this study and recommendations to the governor and the legislature, the law authorizing IPIRP will sunset in May 2014, eliminating an increasingly popular customer alternative to the classroom courses. In addition, since the sponsor fee to New York State for completers of IPIRP is $8 per student versus $2 for the classroom course, elimination of IPIRP would also represent a substantial revenue loss to New York State. The institutional bias in ensuring that IPIRP was extended is glaring. DMV telegraphed what they needed the study conclusions to be to avoid the revenue loss upwards of $3 million and the end of a popular program. By diverting more and more students each year away from the classroom course and onto the internet, the state reaps 4 times the revenue per student. The push to favor the internet for motor vehicle-related transactions is also promoted by DMV as a way to accomplish the administration's desire for the state to employ more technology and, in DMV's case, to reduce lines at its local offices. It is a scandal that driver safety has been compromised by the very agency that is charged with making vehicle travel safer by rigging the study and its conclusions and making state revenue a priority. Study written by DMV ghostwriter, not written by ITSMR researchers. The information about the research done under contracts awarded by DMV to the Institute for Traffic Safety Management and Research was the subject of extensive FOIL requests ESC made to DMV, ITSMR, and the State Controller's Office seeking proof that the research contracted by DMV to be conducted by ITSMR actually was done by ITSMR. These contracts verify that ITSMR's scope of work included the responsibility for TSMR to conduct these studies and provide other deliverables, but discussions with ITSMR officials contradicted this claim. However, after ESC inquiry, which is Empire Safety Council's inquiry with the Office of Research Misconduct and Ethics for the Institute, it was made clear that ITSMR did not actually conduct the research for which it is credited and for which it has been paid by the DMV. When I asked the Vice President of Research about what appeared to be obvious omissions in the analysis and evaluation that the Institute provided, I was told that since the Institute denies that the research is their work product, the DMV may charge the document and omit any analysis and evaluation made by the Institute since it is exclusively the department's own research. However, misleading the cover page, stating that the study was, quote, conducted by the Institute for Traffic Safety Management and Research, University of Albany Research Foundation of SUNY. Maybe. Further, in correspondence to ESC, in response to a FOIL appeal, the Vice Chancellor for Policy and Chief of Staff, FOIL Appeals, SUNY wrote, quote, this evaluation was conducted by the New York State Department of Motor Vehicles, not the University at Albany. The IRP study does not even list any authors or staff at either agency who worked on the contradicted study. Clear evidence of fraud. The DMV study of the IPIRP pilot is exposed as international scientific misconduct, known that the validity of the methods does not meet ethical standards. To be clear, the 2007 study methodology comments by the author on page 29 states, quote, in sum, the findings from the pilot study indicate that the prescribed design may not be viable for use in assessing PIRP effectiveness, end of quote. Subsequently, the author has left this statement out of the 2013 study intentionally. This fraudulent and fraud study diminishes the negative impact of a program that is bad public policy by knowingly using invalid methods. Furthermore, it was related to me by department officials in 2008 that the 2007 study results confirmed that PIRP had, quote-unquote, nearly zero effectiveness, and that therefore, as a result, there was no reason for PIRP applicants to submit research documentation of effectiveness prior to approval and contemplation of Section 2336 of the insurance law. In other words, these PIRP applicants had no verifiable research documentation for their courses, were effective, so DMV did an obviously flawed study by a fraudulent author to get the PIRP program off the ground. All applicant courses were approved without a study of effectiveness in violation of the law.
Can you come to a little short on this?
Okay, well,
You're already 3.5 minutes over your time.
okay, well, I'd like to just make the conclusion at the bottom of the study, and if you have any quick questions, if I could answer them, of my personal knowledge.
Go.
What should be done? The legislature and the governor have the power to end the PIRP program immediately and demonstrate to New Yorkers that the state is committed to endorsing only driver safety programs that are proven to work as advertised. In light of the descriptions involved in the DMV ITSMR research contracts and the resulting threat to public safety, Empire Safety Council is urging that your budget be amended to terminate the IPIRP program. You should also call for prosecuting of state officials that were involved in this fraud. Thank you for this opportunity to bring this issue to your attention. Mr. Bond says he's willing to meet with you to demonstrate the evidence he has supported for these claims.
Thank you very much. Yes, any questions?
Yes, just one quickly.
Yes, Shirley, Senator.
Thank you very much. So have you brought this complaint either to an Inspector General who oversees DMV and/or to the State Controller for an audit?
It says that in the statement, at least to the Inspector General. I don't recall in the statement until I read it again if it was also the State Controller, but I'm quite sure that Mr. Bonds is very thorough when he's looking into it. Empire Safety Council, is my understanding, is now the largest six-point insurance program in the state of New York, the largest, okay? In each course, we mentioned that over 50% of all accidents and collisions in New York State derive from alcohol abuse alone. That does not include other types of drugs or drowsy driving or whatever, even texting, which was brought up by another senator here just previously. There is a part of this Empire course, and I'm sure in most other courses that are approved by the state of New York, that specifically talk about drowsy driving as well as texting. So it's very important that the students who take the course actually take it, get a certificate, and are encouraged to take it again and expand it to their friends and family, because it is a very effective course.
Thank you very much for your testimony.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It's been a pleasure.
Committee for Taxi Safety, Spy Road, Macedonia.